Well, all right, let's talk Jayden Daniels, who, dare I say, looked back here. Both literally, he was missing the past few weeks, but, even weeks 1 and 2 that he played, it didn't fully feel like the Jayden Daniels we saw last year. This felt like Jayden Daniels again. I'm not going to say it was perfect throughout. In fact, let's even show a play early on where, the Chargers did a pretty good job at slowing down this passing attack by the Commanders. So they're going to play man coverage on a 2nd and 9. Daniels takes the snap, and just quite frankly, the Chargers have good corners. I mean, you see Deebo Samuel is where Daniels is going to look towards on this play, but it's just not open. Daniels is going to say, well, let's try and force it through a tight window anyway. Maybe Deebo can make a tough catch. Ultimately, nothing Samuel could do there. I mean, it's batted up and incomplete. So, that was definitely happening. There were definitely some moments of very good defense by the Chargers, who can still play good defense. But then heading over here, we saw good offense. This is going to be, again, a one-on-one matchup and kind of a big spot in the game. So it's a 10-0 game at this point, 3rd and 16. If you give the ball back, again, still plenty of time left, but you are starting to feel like, okay, maybe there is maybe it's going to be tough if you cannot get the conversion here. You see it's going to be Jalen Lane, the special teams primarily guy who's going to be running this route. Watch as Daniels takes the snap, and you're going to see Lane runs a nice route here. He's able to gain a little bit of separation, gets to his spot quickly. Not the ideal defense here by the Chargers, but for Daniels, getting the ball out of his hands quickly, gets the ball to Lane. They convert the 3rd down and 16, and then they were off. They score a touchdown on that drive, and that kind of just got them going. Again, you see on the screen, you see Daniels was 1 for 4 to start the game. Well, things got much better. This next play was later on in that same drive. So the Chargers are going to run a zone blitz right here. And zone blitzes have the benefits and downsides. To be honest, I'm not always crazy about zone blitzing because the windows can be bigger, and it requires so much more communication with the defense that sometimes guys can get lost. There is one key advantage, though, and it's, you get an extra guy to rush the passer, right? On this play, you're going to see that when Daniels takes the snap, this extra guy is proving helpful because the Commanders don't do a great job of blocking everybody on this play. That was their 1st-round pick, Josh Connerly Jr., who kind of whiffed on that block. Daniels is in trouble, and if you get sacked here, okay, now it's 3rd and very long. You're at midfield, or you're not going to be able to convert. But this is, when I say Daniels looks like Daniels again, this is the Jayden Daniels play. Watch him get outside pressure, and really, before even setting his feet, is able to hit a receiver downfield. That was Deebo Samuel, who, like I said, requires a lot more communication when you're in a zone blitz. You kind of can't let plays go on for that long, right? If you do, someone's going to get open. That's what happened with Deebo, and they're able to pick up a big completion there. Also, gotta talk about this play. This is just fun, and again, this is kind of what the Commanders, I felt like, were doing last year. I say it's the, Jayden Daniels looks back, but really I should probably say the entire Commanders offense looks back, because look at this play. You see, first off, nothing too crazy. Okay, 2 backs in the backfield. That's a bit unique, but you'll see that from time to time. Except now watch Daniels go in motion, and they're going to take a direct snap with a running back. So they're going to go out of the Wildcat, although Daniels is still behind everywhere. Watch as Daniels and Deebo Samuel run towards the top of the screen, but neither one end up with the ball in their hands. It's Bill Korski Marriott who is the one with the football, and you see, just look at this running lane, right? Because of all of this creativity, you have a wide open running lane. And sometimes this is the value of a rushing quarterback. Even though Daniels literally never even touched the ball on this play, you're getting extra attention with him going up and also Samuel going up towards the top of the screen. You can't run this if it's Jared Goff or if it's Kirk Cousins out there, right? You kind of need the rushing quarterback. Bill is going to run forward and pick up the 8 or 9 yards or so. I'll just call him Bill. It's a long last name, and then no one ever, his name is never written down as Bill, but that's his name. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why we can't just all adjust and call him Bill, but regardless, it's just a clever, fun play by the Washington Commanders, right? And that's what you like to see if you are a Commanders fan. But also heading over here, so, you had all that stuff, which is, I really do feel like when Washington's offense was at its best last year, it just felt easy, right? It was a lot of what I'm talking about, where it's like guys are just getting open. When you get pressure, Daniels can get around it and hit plays down the field, you can get these rushes that you're seemingly getting these 8-yard rushes constantly, and it just feels so difficult to stop by the by the defense. I mean, legitimately, Bill Korski Marriott had 8 yards per carry in this game. But the other thing that they had as a part of their offense last year was downfield passing. And this is a huge point in the game. The scoreboard isn't shown up right now, but the Commanders are down 10-7. They just gave up a punt return touchdown that was overturned due to a roughing the punter call, but now they're deep in their own territory again, down 3 points at the half. They do have a one-on-one matchup down the field that isn't going to get a ton of attention by the safety because, well, it's Luke McCaffrey, who is, not exactly getting the attention that his brother, Christian McCaffrey, gets. However, when Daniels takes the snap, he's going to look in this direction. He's going to fire in that direction. Good pass protection allows this to have plenty of time to get down the field, but you're still going to need a perfect throw. I mean, there is not much separation whatsoever. However, watch that throw and catch from Daniels and from McCaffrey. Great job by McCaffrey, but also, again, Daniels' deep passing is such a positive asset of his game, and seeing something like that, it just changes everything. It flips the field. They got an extra 3 points there because they were able to score before the half ended. But it also just completely plays how you changes how you want to play this team, right? Because you have to stop the run. You have to put such an emphasis on stopping the run. But then if you give up these one-on-one matchups, they can take advantage there. It's just impossible to win, it feels like. And also this play was a fun one. So this is going to be Jeremy McNichols running a route. So you see it's man coverage. McNichols is where they're going to look towards on a 3rd down and 10. Not immediately, but eventually it's what's going to happen. Watch as Daniels actually quickly gets over there because he sees the concept and says, I got to just hope a player can make a play here, which is actually pretty fascinating by Daniels, I feel like. A lot of young quarterbacks, I think, still try to put the ball down the field or maybe hold on to the ball too long to see if something will develop. Daniels kind of quickly said, the check down's the move. It might not work out. It is 3rd and 10. It's McNichols, so it's your backup running back here. But it's the right call. Sometimes you just gotta run the offense, right? And this is why. Watch McNichols, really good stuff to get around and pick up the 1st down on that play. It's a great play by him, but it's also, it goes to show the mindset of the Washington Commanders, which is in the mindset of Jayden Daniels. He's not afraid to just run the offense the way you're supposed to run an offense. And I know that feels like I'm kind of, praising a guy for not pushing a pole door, but that's kind of what you got to do, right? You got to do the basic stuff, and the other things will follow. So they're running the ball effectively, they're passing the ball effectively, Daniels is moving in the pocket well, they're getting the downfield passing, and again, against a good Chargers defense, they really didn't miss a beat in this game. So their next game is going to be Monday Night Football. They're playing the Chicago Bears, so that should be an interesting game. Obviously, the 1st and 2nd overall picks playing each other, but yeah, I really do think Daniels looks like Daniels again, and that completely changes how you view this team. They're 3-2 and able to kind of feel like they might be back to at least what they were last year, and we'll see what happens from there. It's only one game, but a very good game by the Washington Commanders. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.